Okay, so we are going to work on a down the clown. So the issue here is that the gate is no longer opening or closing. Sometimes it does open and close, and then sometimes it doesn't. My guess is that the set screw has become loose and it's not engaging the mechanism the correct way. So only way to tell is by going inside the game and checking the motor. So you can either go in through the front, which is how I'm gonna do it, or go in through the back. Problem is I don't have a lot of room in the back and I don't wanna push the game forward because we do have guests already walking the arcade. So always be safe. So I'm gonna crawl in and let's go check it out. All right, so we're into the game now. There's the motor. Just trying to see if I can see right there. It feels like the set screw has become loose, but I also don't know if the motor is even turning on. The motor is plugged in. I'm sure it is getting power. Let's turn it off, turn the game off, turn it back on, and see what happens. See if the motor even turns on and starts to whine or anything like that. Let's see. Well, I don't really hear the motor winding. Oh, look at that. You can hear that. All right, so see if I can get it to stop without crushing my fingers. All right, it stopped. All right, so I think it's a set screw. So the sucky part is that it's hard to get in here with your tools. So I have to take all this down just to kind of get to the set screw. Maybe if I had different type of tools, I could probably get in there. But it's what I got to do. So let's go ahead and remove this so I can get it out and actually look at it. All right, so I got the part out of the game. I had to get out from underneath there. It was starting to get warm. So, okay, so here's the motor. I removed that little arm here so I can take a look at the actual cam of the motor here. So I thought that the set screws were maybe loose or backed off, but they weren't. They were nice and tight. Super tight, actually. So it wasn't the set screws, so we can count that out. But the problem is the motor. The motor is actually bad. You shouldn't be able to do this with this motor at all. Maybe with a pair of pliers, you should be able to turn that, and you can hear the whine go, you know, and then so you know it's a pretty decent motor, I guess. But I could just spin this like nothing, which means that the gear in there, in here, is probably all messed up. It does allow me to take it apart, so I could probably try to take it apart and see if I can salvage something, but I doubt it. You know, once these teeth break, that's it for them. The motor goes bad and you just gotta get another motor. So unfortunately, I don't have a replacement motor in stock, so I have to order one. So let me go ahead and make that order, and when I get it, we'll install it. Okay, so I didn't have a new motor to replace it, so you know I have to order one. But today being Saturday, you know, I order one today. Even if I do it online, you know, it won't get shipped out till Monday. So I might as well just order it on Monday because they can just ship it on that same day and then overnight it. So what I did was, you know, I tried to see if I could find one, and I did find one. But the problem was this one was 24 volts, and the one that actually came with the game is 12 volts. So I said to myself, you know, well, why can't I just remove the gears? Because they look identical. These motors look identical. Only difference is one is 12 volts and the other one is 24 volts. So I just removed the gearing housing, you know, and just kind of removed the gears that I needed from this one over here. So I pretty much made this brand new one bad, you know, because I want to be able to get the one game up and running today for the weekend, so that way it's working for the weekend. So anyway, so I transplanted some gears from this one over here into the one that I need, the 12 volt one. So now the 24 volt one is no longer working. And I have a little 12 volt power supply here that I can just plug in. And now you can see it is working. And it's tight because it ain't gonna stop, so it's definitely working. So I could probably put this back in, no problem. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna put it back in its bracket and sneak in underneath there and slap it all back together and put the game back up and running. So let's take care of that. All right, so it's all back together. All we gotta do now is reinstall it in the game, and hopefully it works. So let's go install this into the game and test the game, see if we could play the game, have some fun. Let's go. All right, so it's been reinstalled. Everything's tight. It's been plugged in. So now all that's left to do is go test it. So let's crawl out of this game and test the game. All right, let's go have some fun, or at least try to, and see what happens. All right, so everything is back together. Everything is back in. As you can see, the gate is closed. The gate closed on its own. I didn't actually do that. So I threw some balls in there. Let's swipe the card, see what happens. Hopefully the gate opens up, and then we'll just kind of test the game, and hopefully the balls don't come back out and the gate closes. Well, let's do the deed. All right, well, that's a good thing. Gate opened up. Music started. Throw these balls. I'm not really good at this game. I suck. And just throw the balls in there. Oh, I haven't hit a single one. There you go. Finally, one. Throw the rest of the balls in there. And there we go, yeah. One more ball. Balls didn't come back out. Gate's closed. Everything looks pretty good. All right. Well, I think it's fixed. Thanks for watching.